All right, so these are 1.6 notes. 1.6. Today we're going to be solving inequality equations. All right, so inequalities, those are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to symbols. So always think about it as the open one is pointing to the bigger number. So here we have 2 is greater than 1, and then we have 1 is less than 2. So I think when I was in like middle school or something, the first time that we saw this, they explained it as like the alligator's mouth was like trying to eat the bigger number. So that's one way to think about it. So solving inequalities. We solve inequalities the same way we do as if it were just an equal sign, but we put it on a number line to graph. So first thing we want to solve, and then we'll do the number line. So what should I do to solve for y here? Add 6 to both sides. So I have y is less than, that inequality stays the same. What's 3 plus 6? 9. So y is less than 9. Now I want to put it on a number line. So I'm going to make my number line, I'll put 0 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will do. Just make sure whatever value you get for y, you have that number on your number line. You don't have to put all the numbers. Not everybody's number line will be exactly the same. You could have started with like 6 and done 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on your number line. Yeah. So in this little box on the side here, it says a circle is used for less than and greater than, and a dot is used for less than and equal to or greater than or equal to. So if it's just less than or greater than, and it doesn't have that line on the bottom, we would do an open circle. If it has that equal to, it would be a closed circle, because that closed circle means that we include that number. So it would be an open circle or a closed circle. So for this one, when it's just y is less than 9, do you think it'll be an open circle or a closed circle? An open circle. So we put an open circle at 9. Now, we are including all the values for y when it's less than 9. So am I going to shade to the left or shade to the right? To the left. Because what's a number less than 9? 8. So I'm going to shade in the direction of 8. So this is part of your answer. This y is less than 9. And then also graphing it, you have to have that shaded part there. Or if you didn't want to use a highlighter, you could just use like a darker line that way. And it's super important that it's going to the left because you're including numbers that are less than 9. Any questions here? All right, let's look at the next one. This one's got a little bit more going on. We're doing the same thing. We want to solve for w here. So what should I do? Combine like terms. So what should I do first? Do I add w plus 4? 4w? Subtract 4w on both sides. Since it's positive, I need to subtract. That was a common mistake on the quiz. People added it. So what's 5w minus 4w? Just w. So I have w plus 3 is greater than 9. What should I do next? Subtract 3. So w is greater than, what's 9 minus 3? 6. So that's part of my answer. And then the next part is I need to do the number line. So I'm just going to start with 6 in the middle and say 7, 8, 5, 4. So again, you can include any piece of that number line you want. If you wanted to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the numbers. Just make sure that 6 is on your number line, because that's our number here. Am I going to have an open circle or closed circle at 6? Open circle, because it's just a greater than sign. If it had that equal to on the bottom, it would be a closed circle. And now, which way am I going to go? Why? It's greater than 6, so what's a number greater than 6? 7. So I'm going to shade in the direction of 7. All right, let's look at the next one. Bless you. What should I do to solve for x? I can subtract 4x on both sides. So what's 5x minus 4x? X. So if x minus 3 is greater than 2. What should I do next? Add 3. So x is greater than, what's 2 plus 3? 5. So x is greater than 5. I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have an open circle or closed circle at 5. Open circle, because it's just greater than. It doesn't have that equal to. And then am I going to shade to the right or to the left?
Right.
To the right. Why? Because x is greater than 5, and 6 is greater than 5, so I shade in the direction of 6. Just make sure you have an open circle at 5, and then you shade everything to the right of that. All right, so the one thing that's different when we solve inequalities is if we are multiplying or dividing by a negative. So in multiplying or dividing each side of an inequality by a negative number, it requires that the order of the inequality be reversed. For example, you would replace a less than with the greater than. Or you would replace greater than with the less than. So you always just flip the direction of your inequality. So how do I solve for x here? What? I do what? If this was just an equals, what should I do? To solve. Nicole.
You divide it by -4 on both sides.
Awesome. I divide by -4 on both sides because x is being multiplied by -4. So I do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. But here, since it's an inequality, it's not just an equals, I have to flip my inequality. So since it's a greater than or equal to, I make it a less than or equal to. So I change the direction because I am dividing by a negative. So this would become x is less than or equal to, what's -24 divided by -4? 6. So this would be my answer. And then we can put it on a number line too. Do 6 in the middle, 7, 8, 5, 4. Do I have an open circle or closed circle at 6? A closed circle because it is less than or equal to. That equal to makes it a closed circle. And am I going to shade to the left or to the right? To the left, because x is less than or equal to 6. So a number less than 6 would be 5. So I shade in the direction of 5. How would I solve for y here? Divide both sides by -5. What do I need to do if I divide by a negative? Flip the inequality. So this greater than or equal to becomes what? Less than or equal to. I just flip it. Flip. And then what's negative 35 divided by negative 5?
7.
7. So y is less than or equal to 7. So on my number line here, I'm going to start with 7 in the middle. 8, 9, 6, 5. Do I have an open or closed circle at 7? A closed circle because it's less than or equal to. And then which direction am I going to go? Go to the left because 6 would be less than 7. So I shade in the direction of 6. All right, last one. What should I do first? Add 13 to both sides. So I get negative 4w is greater than, what's negative 21 plus 13? Nick?
Negative 8.
Awesome, negative 8. What do I do next? Nicole? Divide by negative 4. What do I need to do when I divide by a negative number? Flip the sign. So instead of greater than, it becomes less than. And then what's negative 8 divided by negative 4? 2. So w is less than 2. So on my number line here, I'm going to put 2 in the middle. 3, 4, 1, 0. Do I have an open or closed circle at 2? An open circle because it's just a less than. We don't have that equal to, so we can't color in that circle. And then which way am I going to shade? To the left or to the right? Left. Awesome.